The other question I have, I guess, is small business owners tend to do a lot of weird things with their money that I wonder if you could talk about, which is they'll save it when they shouldn't and they'll spend it when they shouldn't. Um,
Mhm.
Give us just a little bit of a sketch about that. Like, for example, I'll find people, paying into something, but they haven't really taken away their credit card debt yet. So they're paying 18% loan, for example, when they're trying to get some money that's going to save them 3%. Do you have any kind of conversation you have about that, about when to spend the money and when not?
Well, I think part of it is that people just never learned how to make smart decisions with money. It just gets back to that fundamental challenge. And so people like just like what you're saying, right? Just like what you're saying in terms of, okay, how am I making this decision? Well, admit to yourself, start now to admit to say, you know what, I never learned how to make smart decisions with money. And the reality is that not only did we never learn how to make smart decisions with money in our business, we never learned how to even make them with our own personal finances. So once you can start to admit that, then you can say, okay, so what does a smart decision with money look like for me? What are the priorities of my business right now? Because I see exactly what you're talking about. I see it all the time. I see it with businesses when we're trying to decide who we're going to spend money on in terms of what investments we're going to make. I see it where people don't necessarily weigh equally or sort of understand the relationship between the debt that's at the 18% and the other things that they can invest in, because sometimes the debt that's at the 18% just um, feels like a sunk cost in a lot of ways. Like they've already suffered the guilt for that and the shame and the whatever else.
Right.
And that's now become their new comfort zone. So what I want people to understand is that there are ways to expand your comfort zone to start to recognize how to be smarter with your money, but it's just that you never learned how. So what I'll do is to start with helping those listening with what I call a money breakthrough session. If they email us at info@ownyourmoney.com, and we can start to talk about what that decision-making process looks like for you. And as a starter tip, I would think about what the priorities are right now for your business and how do you start to free yourself of that debt. I think that our whole community has just gotten so comfortable with having debt. And I want that to be something that you're willing to get a little bit uncomfortable about to be truly happy and freer without having that debt hanging over you. And it's because you've gotten so comfortable, people often don't even know how to get free of it.